Hi everybody, you're back in the kitchen with Dinah again. Hey, we've got our cream puffs all done. Our yield on that recipe, how about 6 dozen? Not bad. Okay, and they came out great. Just have a look at this here. Just pull this plastic back. Very important when storing your cream puffs, you want to go ahead and make sure to cover them tightly with plastic so that they get a nice soft consistency, so they're not hard or crusty. Okay, yep, we got our 6 dozen. We're getting ready to go here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you how to fill them and how to make the chocolate glaze for the top. And then we'll be done with our Pate Choux. Oh, God bless you. No, anyways. So, okay, here I've got pot boiling on the stove, setting up with a double boiler. Let's go ahead and get you down to the stove. In here I've got, oh boy, I can't see it. There we are. Alright, you know, you guys are just so patient with me. I so appreciate it. Okay, now in this bowl I've got a little bit of Giardella cocoa powder. Where are my? There I am. Giardella cocoa powder I've used. I used a nice dark chocolate, Julienne Belgian chocolate, okay? No sugar added. So I've added some powdered 10x powdered sugar to this, about 2 tablespoons sifted. We may need to add a little bit more. I've got a tablespoon of butter in there already to keep it nice consistency. And I've got my butter, no, by the way, non-salted butter. And in the pastry also, I'm not sure if I said it earlier, and I'm sorry if I was remiss and didn't point out, it's important to use non-salted butter, the sweet cream butter, of course. And yeah, we've got our mousses all ready to go. This is my nice chocolate fudge mousse. And this one is the banana mousse. I've got a good banana mousse going here. We have banana fans in the house. And then we have a lovely white chocolate mousse as well. Okay? So, we're going to go ahead and we've created our double boiler here. I've got to have a hand mitt on so I don't get burned from the steam. Most important is you don't want to get any water in with the chocolate while it's melting. Make sure to vent it. Okay, I'm using a Pyrex bowl on top of the boiling pot here to create a double boiler. And we'll just have to give that a couple of minutes. Alright, I think we can turn that boil down. I mean, you do want a rolling boil, but now we're going crazy over here with it. And of course, you want to watch that you don't get burned with the steam. Alright, so while that begins to melt, we'll just go ahead and I'll show you how to fill a couple of the cream puffs. Not hard, of course, not hard at all. We'll just do a couple of them here. We'll do 6. You're going to want to use a serrated edge knife, okay? Let me see. Let's get me over here now. Oh my. Alright. Yeah, one day I'll have a cameraman in my own TV program and this will all look way better. Okay. You're going to go ahead and just midway in your cream puff, slice. I like to just kind of take them almost all the way through, not quite, but oh, look at that. I mean, no, really, look at this, guys. Can you see how beautiful and dry that is? Moist, oh, moist, beautiful, dry. Love it, love it, love it. Great recipe. Again, that dryness is because we went ahead and we whipped our egg whites. I made a nice meringue before we went ahead, well, almost meringue, I call it, before we went ahead and blended it with the whole eggs and mixed it in with our pate choux. Oh, look at that. Now see, I no longer have a pastry bag. If you had a pastry bag, I've got to get to a restaurant supply store. Anyways, if you had a pastry bag, you go ahead and you put on a small tip and you just stick it in the side where you vented it and just fill it right up. But since we have not a pastry bag, and you know, not everybody has one, we'll just go ahead and we'll use spoons. Now, got a little bit of, there we are. Okay. Alright, yeah, it looks like our chocolate and our butter is starting to melt in the pot over there too, so we're good. This will just be lovely. And nice thick mousse, look at that. I'll tell you what, that's the way mousse is supposed to be. Oh my, I really need a cameraman. Alright, here we go. I'm going to show you. Spoon stands straight up in the mousse. Can you see that? Yep, you can. Okay, that's how a mousse should be. That thick. Hi. Listen, also, another little trick I'd like to point out for you. With the pate choux, when you're cooking like 6 dozen the way I did, what you're going to want to do is every time after you empty the trays and you go to put new dough onto the trays, you want to make sure to run the blender back through it again. You want to go ahead and you want to beat a whole bunch more air into it. Because remember, it takes 15 minutes for the 2 pans to cook and then another 15 minutes for them to dry out in the oven. So you're talking a half hour in between. And one of the most important things to get these nice, lovely little puff pastries is to be able to have a lot of air in it. That's what's creating the beautiful insides that you're seeing here. Alright, so there you go. A couple with banana we're going to do here. And then a couple with chocolate. And you can just fill them as much as you want. You know, remember though, they're going to be, you know, they're little handheld things, so you don't want to go overboard. And then a little white chocolate too. Alright, and I see that chocolate over there is melting nicely. So we'll just go ahead and start working that now. Oops. Alright, let's get us back to the stove. Okay. I'm sorry guys, I'm just a little dyslexic today, I guess. I keep zooming out where I'm meaning to be zooming in. Alright, great, here we are. Okay, here's my whip. And now we're going to go ahead and we're going to start incorporating the butter with the melted chocolate and our sugar. And yeah, we're going to need a little bit more butter. So I've got it standing here waiting, but you don't want to overload it. So I'm adding another tablespoon of butter. And it's still going to need a few minutes. And then what we'll do, once that's all melted and ready to go, is we'll use a plastic Ziploc bag, heavy duty plastic Ziploc bag. And what we'll do is we'll go ahead and we'll let that cool just a little bit. Once that's cooled somewhat, oops, sorry, Wrong way again. I love my little remote controller. Okay, once that's cooled somewhat, we'll go ahead and we'll put it in this Ziploc plastic bag. We'll cut just the tiny little tip off, just the tiny little corner, and close it, and then just squeeze them over the top, squeeze the chocolate over the top, drizzling it on nice, making a lovely presentation with just a little bit of chocolate on the top. All right. Okay, beautiful. Getting that working down. All right, just want you to be able to see that. Blending all rather nicely. I do need to taste it. Yeah, it's going to need more sugar, but I knew that. All right. So even though it's 10x sifted before I mix it in with this, yes, I do sift it again. Just to make sure that I don't get any clumps and lumps and old wet stuff in there. Let's not get a steam burn. Let's remember our glove. Okay, so again, it's thickening because we've added the sugar to it. So we're going to go ahead and add a little bit of butter. And then you want to use a whole tablespoon, just like maybe a half a tablespoon. Because you want it to be fluid, but not thin. Okay, gonna add some more sugar. We are going for the sweet today, aren't we? My sis, our aunt sis, my Bear's aunt sis, she loves her sweets. When I called her up today at work and told her we have cream puffs, oh, she about busted a gut. She started laughing. She was so happy. Of course, as soon as they both got home, I had to let them try them right away. All right. I mean, could you let cream puffs be in the house and not have to try them? Really? Come on. I couldn't. All right. See, because at the bottom there, you know, hard pieces, even though this is 10x sifted, you know, moisture in the air, that kind of thing. So, and I like to have a nice creamy product, no lumps, makes a big difference. Okay, so yeah, we're just going to go ahead and add just a little bit more butter to this, and this should be ready to rock and roll. Alright, so yeah, I've added the Giardella cocoa powder because I want it to be a real thick, fudgy, not just dark chocolate, but thick, fudgy chocolate topping glaze. Oh, heck, we've gone overboard on everything else. We might as well on the glaze as well. Alright, now I'm going to leave that on the stove because I've got a bunch of them. Remember, 6 dozen to fill. And so I need to keep this fluid. But I want to go ahead and show you how to make a pastry bag out of the plastic Ziploc baggie. So I'm just going to put the tiniest bit in here. Well, just what I need here for these. kind of holding it off here for a moment so it just cools a tad. Don't want to melt our bag. All right, that'll do it. Go ahead and zip it down. Just a very tiny tip off of it. And you've made yourself a pastry bag. And you'll make a hot mess like me if you're not careful. So. Here we go. Oh, I guess I should be showing you this. What I'm doing, I'm so sorry. I'm like, so it's been a long day. I told you about the electric company here, shutting off the electric 4 different times. I'm a bit exhausted. Alright, but we've done it. There you go. Alright. There you have it. Okay, your cream puffs, your little chocolate glaze. I hope you've enjoyed this instructional video on how to make pate choux and cream puffs. And yeah, before I fall down flat on my face, and I'm not completely on camera. Gosh, this is getting old already. No, it's okay. I'm really enjoying it. I love it. I did my own camera work when I had my own TV program. So yeah, the American Revolution. So here you go, guys. Enjoy. Remember, lots of air, gluten flour, whipping those egg whites to almost a meringue, to a soft peak meringue, not even quite peaking, just soft meringue, and a good stiff mousse, and that's all you need. You'll wow your friends. Hope you do. Peace. Oh, we have a remote control.